Welcome to Midnight. Keep Stories, a channel made for those drifting into sleep, those searching for peace after a long day. Here, every story is carefully spun whispers of ancient towers, the warmth of candlelight, the hush of stormy nights. Each tale invites you to let go, to wander safely. If you cherish restful journeys into sleep and want more tranquil evenings, remember to like and subscribe and support. Tonight, your journey is set in the heart of a medieval tower. This story is woven from the sound of rain, a landscape cloaked in velvet shadows, the steady heartbeat of thunder. As you listen, you are invited to leave behind all worry and become a midnight guest, finding solace and warmth beyond ancient stone walls. Your study escape awaits a quiet retreat designed to help you drift into deep, restorative sleep. Chapter 1: Arrival at Midnight Keep. The road is slick with rain, and the only light is the dim glow from the distant tower. Heavy clouds hang low, muffling the rest of the world into a soft silence. The air smells of earth and wet stone as cool drops gather on your cloak, soaking in as you follow the winding path. Above, the silhouette of the keep rises tall, proud, promising safety from night's storm. Each footstep echoes against the wet flagstones. The closer you draw, the thicker the sense of anticipation, like stepping into a legend half remembered from childhood dreams. With every pulse of thunder, shadows shift along the tower walls, and you feel the comforting hush of moss underfoot. Rain beads glimmer, clinging to ancient ironwork. The world narrows to the beckoning door ahead, a promise of warmth and stillness inside. You pause for a moment beneath the arching portal. The rhythm of rain and distant thunder blends with the gentle creak of wood as you push the heavy door open. Instantly, the cool night air is replaced by a hush within a warmth that seeps through your chilled skin. Candlelight dances across the entryway, chasing away the memory of the storm beyond the walls. Here, you are safe, sheltered in the heart of Midnight Keep. Inside, thick stone walls cradle you, shutting out the storm's wild song. Your senses fill with the subtle perfume of old books, melted wax, and velvet drapes. The gentle hush of rain against leaded windows plays in the background. Soft shadows flicker across tapestries, telling tales of long-forgotten quests. Each breath lulls you deeper into the sanctuary's embrace as the world beyond fades into gentle unimportance. An ancient wooden desk waits beneath a narrow window, scattered with weathered parchment and leather-bound tomes. Beside it, a candle burns steady, its golden glow painting halos in the velvet dark room. You slip off your rain-soaked cloak, the fabric heavy and cool to the touch, and lay it across the broad back of a worn chair. A sense of careful order, of studied peace, settles over you. You listen as the rain grows steadier outside, shrouding the keep in peaceful sound. Somewhere above, you catch the muffled footfalls of caretakers tending the Torwark step, a gentle reassurance that you are not alone in the night. The old stones beneath your feet pulse with warmth, holding centuries of stories and secrets, all wrapped in the hush of velvet dark tranquility. As thunder rolls, its sound softened by thick walls, you run fingertips along smooth stone that's worn cool by time. Shadows curl and stretch, the air filled with a restful quiet. The faintest fragrance of lavender and wood smoke drifts from somewhere deeper inside the keep, inviting you further along the corridor. With slow steps, you wander past drawers brimming with inkpots, brass keys, and delicate quill pens. You find a brazen candelabrum alight on a study table, casting a circle of gentle illumination. Here, the storm feels impossibly far away. Nothing but peaceful ambiance. Each candle's glow flickers with the promise of secrets kept and stories shared between these ancient stones. Your hands brush over cool parchment, the texture grounding you in the safety of this retreat as the world outside blurs with rain and distant thunder. A velvet curtain hangs heavy over the lone window, blocking out all but the faintest traces of night. Outside, the garden is lost to darkness, the only sign of life, the rhythmic trickle of rain along the stone ledges. With a gentle sigh, you pull the curtain aside, just enough to glimpse the storm-lit sky-silver streaks slicing through the darkness, echoing softly in the stillness of your study haven. You settle into an old chair, its cushion perfectly worn to cradle tired bones. The wood creaks slightly as you relax, the sound a gentle reminder of years past of scholars, scribes, and dreamers who sought refuge in this very room. You let the comfort seep into you. Here, time slows, cares fade, and only the steady companionship of rain and candlelight remain to soothe your thoughts. A small fire crackles quietly in a stone hearth near the corner, its warmth reaching out like a cocoon. The soft glow comforts you, pulling you further into serenity. The room's silence is punctuated only by the gentle hiss of rain and the intermittent snap of burning wood. Wrapped in quiet, you find the world outside slipping further away, replaced by the gentle promise of peace that the keep bestows. Light from the fire dances upon the tall ceiling, revealing lines of ancient beams that frame the dim room. You hear the lull of brown noise, the low rumble blending seamlessly with the rainstorm, a comforting backdrop that feels both grounding and ethereal. Every so often, distant thunder rolls slowly, never frightening, always rhythmica, heartbeat to accompany the steady drift toward rest. You step lightly across woven rugs, their threads softened by centuries of footfalls. Each quiet footfall releases a subtle fragrance of wool and lavender. You are guided deeper into the tower, where the hush is thicker and the shadows softer. There is no hurry, no concern only. The deep comfort of stillness, a gentle invitation to linger in this space where nothing is expected, and everything is expected, and everything is calm. Pausing before a carved wooden shelf, your eyes trace the titles of books that fill the air with the promise of quiet wisdom. Leather spines glimmer in the candlelight, embossed with symbols and letters faded by time. You run a gentle finger along the edge of one ancient tome, feeling the cool texture and imagining the countless hands that have found peace and solace in its well-worn pages over the years. As you retreat into a plush armchair by the window, your senses fill with the enveloping quiet. Head resting back, you let your breathing slow, each exhale uncoiling the day's tension. All worries dissolve in the softened world inside these gentle walls. The rain outside becomes a lullaby, a pattern without end, soothing every restless thought, inviting you into a deeper stillness that leads toward restful sleep. You close your eyes for a time, listening intently. The subtle harmony of rain, fire, and distant rumble wraps you in calm. With each breath, the air seems thicker, richer, filled with centuries of deep, sleepy comfort. The voices of the keep are gentle and low, whispering stories of peace and wisdom into the quiet, offering the timeless reassurance that you are safe in this moment, cared for by the sanctuary. Outside, the thunder dims, replaced by a gentle hush as the heart of the storm moves away. All that remains is the steady rhythm of rainfall and the quiet strength of Midnight Keep. With every moment, you feel the tower's storied past become more present, its walls lending strength to your weary spirit. Here is a place where storms pass safely by, where the only thing asked is to rest deeply, without worry. You let your head settle against the chair's back as a sigh escapes your lips, soft and unhurried. The firelight flickers behind closed eyelids, painting gentle patterns on the depths of your mind. Wrapped in warmth, you surrender more fully to the stillness, trusting in the ancient safety of the keep. Here, protected by stone and story, you are free to drift unburdened into sleep's gentle reaches. Soon, the hush of the keep becomes all you know. The scent of old books, the crackle of fire, and the persistent lull of rain blend into one exquisite calm. Nothing presses upon your heart or mind, not the storm, not the world outside. The subtle presence of Midnight Keep cradles you, each moment drawing you further from worry. In this retreat, you are cocooned in endless gentleness, remade for tranquil rest. With night deepening, the candle's amber glow softens around you. Sleepiness settles gently in your limbs, each muscle letting go one by one. The memory of rain, the hush of stone, and the safe heartbeat of the keep lull you further towards slumber. No dream is hurried, no fear invited. You are wrapped in a fortress of comfort, a sleepy haven where you can finally, completely, let go. Drifting between wakefulness and sleep, you feel the edges of time dissolve. The steady night is a lull, an embrace that soothes every inch of tiredness from your being. In the gentle heart of the tower, every sound and scent is woven for your rest. You are safe, you are cared for, you are welcome to float ever deeper into the sanctuary of night and dreams. As your breathing slows and all thoughts fade to quiet, know that Midnight Keep will guard your sleep until morning. No storm can touch you here, no worry disturb your peace. Return to this place whenever you need gentle rest or the hush of night to cradle you. Sleep deeply within the ancient walls. The keep will always welcome you back. Good night, and may your dreams be gentle and safe. Chapter 2. Entering the Sanctuary. Through the relentless downpour, we approach the sanctuary's arched entrance, each raindrop fading as the world narrows to the heavy oak door before us. Fingers cold and slow from the storm, we press gently against ancient wood. The door groans softly, unsettling the hush. Beyond, a promise of shelter glows dimly. Time slows, inviting us to cross the threshold and abandon the chaos. The thick door eases open, its hinges whispering a story of many nights. A gentle warmth greets us, drawn upward by the golden breath of countless candles. The flicker dances along the stone floor, leading a path deeper inside. Our footsteps grow quiet, muffled by the hush that saturates the air. Behind us, wind and rain lose their hold, sealed off by oaken guardians. The sanctuary's embrace is almost tangible. Inviting us to exhale and race is almost tangible. We pause, still cloaked in the memory of rain. The air carries the scent of melted wax and damp parchment, comforting and familiar. Light from ancient candles casts soft halos on the mossy stone, making their towers shimmer with life. A velvet hush settles, so deep it drinks in every sound except the distant rumble of thunder beyond thick glass. Here, every breath is slower, softer, as if time itself is gently unwinding. As we venture further, velvet curtains line the walls, their folds deep and sheltering. The fabric seems to absorb the last remnants of chill, leaving only warmth and calm. Each step we take sinks into quietude, guided by the gentle illumination from scattered candelabras. The storm outside fades to a memoria-softened roar, distant and safe. We breathe in, feeling tension slip from our bones. The sanctuary is ours, peaceful and unhurried. Beneath the wavering glow, ancient wooden desks await, their surfaces cloaked in parchment and the spines of weathered books. Each tome whispers secrets, their leather covers cool beneath gentle fingers. Scrolls unfurl softly, sharing the wisdom of 1,000 nights. The air carries a faint, earthy musk, mingling with the sweet residue of melting wax. Even the old tower itself seems to sigh, relieved to cradle us within its stone embrace. Along the edges of the study, books rest where their keepers have left them spines cracked with use, pages edged in gold and dusk. A feather quill leans in an empty inkpot, its tip stained with stories etched long into the night. Around us, the candles glow stronger, as if welcoming weary hearts home. The world outside shrinks, the storm's echoes little more than a lullaby in the distant dark. The flickering candlelight draws us deeper still, each pool of brightness a beacon calling us forward. Shadows play gently on stone, softening every hard edge, turning corners into resting grounds for dreams. The moss on ancient walls glistens with secret life, sheltering us in its quiet perseverance. Pauses lengthen, silences become sacred, and hearts slow to the rhythm of a gentle rain beyond. We drift toward the far wall, where leaded glass windows stand sentinel against the wild night. Rain patters in soft cymbals upon the glass, merging with occasional rolls of thunder. Every flash of distant lightning reveals the hues of faded tapestries, reds dulled to wine, blues to shadow. Each tapestry tells its own silent saga, woven threads holding the echoes of generations. Drawing close to the window, we gaze out at the storm-soaked world, yet inside these walls, peace holds firm. The candlelight becomes our quiet sun, wrapping the sanctuary in amber warmth. Far below the windows, gardens sleep beneath heavy rain, roots settling into deep stone. The pulse of the night feels distant, held at bay by stone, velvet, and ancient ritual. Turning away, we sink slowly onto a wooden bench lined with faded cushions. The softness cradles, grounding us in gentle stillness. Here, every sense becomes attuned to the hush ears, filled only with candle flicker and rain's quiet tapping. Body and spirit fold into themselves, finding ease in simple presence. The sanctuary becomes a cocoon spun from warmth, wisdom, and forgotten hymns of comfort. All around, the air is thick with story tales etched in parchment. whispered among dust motes, slumbering in the knots of ancient wood. We can almost hear them, murmuring at the edges of consciousness. Their presence reassures, like a familiar hand softly pressed on our shoulder. The quiet now feels sacred, a gentle spell cast by firelight and the kind patience of stone. A low shelf near the hearth holds old globes, their faded maps charting distant realms. Our fingers trace the lines, wondering at starry oceans and lands beyond memory. Outside, the rain persists, soothing and steady, as if the sky itself seeks its own peace. We linger in this magical union of sanctuary and storm, allowing calm to settle, unhurried and deep. Lightning flickers again beyond the velvet curtains. Inside, shadows shiver then still, settling into patterns known only by night. Cigarette-sized sticks of incense glow faint on the mantel, releasing a thread of fragrance into the hush. One breath, and then another reach deeper. Each slower coaxes weariness from limbs and mind alike. The room embraces our presence, a confidant to all we carry and wish to let go. A solitary armchair beckons by the hearth. The old leather creaks as we settle in, the ache of travel replaced by the solace of good rest. Here, framed by book and shadow, warmed by steadfast flames, we close our eyes and listen, no longer resisting sleep, simply allowing it to gather, gentle as moss creeping up stone. The hush is absolute, save for the fire's low purr and the storm's soft, distant call. The passage of time is marked not by clocks, but by the deepening glow of candles and voices of flame and rain. In this haven, we put burdens down. We join a lineage of dreamers who once found shelter within these ancient walls. With every slow inhale, our breath becomes softer, attuned to the tower's restful spirit. The world outside drifts ever further, as if by enchantment. Whispers travel across the vaulted ceiling. Each echo lingers and fades, coaxing ever deeper stillness from the heart of the sanctuary. The candlelight begins to feel like a hush in itself, each flame a guardian of peace. Outside, the tempest rages in vain against impenetrable stone. Inside, there is only Kalman, endless night tailored for the art of gentle retreat and deep, restorative sleep. The warmth of the room seeps gently into our body, easing tension from shoulders, from neck, from jaw. Our eyelids grow heavier, shadows tenderly stroking the edges of vision. Against the soft patter of rain, we surrender the last shreds of worry, of haste every thought dissolving into the sanctuary's timeless embrace. Nothing to do, nowhere to be, only this perfect moment softly unfolding. As we rest here in the sanctuary's gentle stillness, the old tower seems to hum with gratitude. Its stones remember every soul who has once found rest here, each breath deepening its spirit of welcome. We become part of this ancient Corisquiet, connected, comforted. The hour grows late, but time's passage is now measured only by the slow melt of wax and the heart's gentle settling. The air grows rich with the scent of old paper, warm wax, and polished wood. These fragrances lull the mind even further, encouraging memories to dissolve, replaced by the pure sensation of comfort. Outside, the world is lost to rain and shadow, but here in the sanctuary, peace is an unbroken thread, leading us steadily down into softness and sleep. Candlelight weaves golden paths along the edges of tapestries, as if drawing a map to forgotten dreams. The sanctuary is Aegilis Shost to drifting thoughts, to wordless wonder and tranquil surrender. We are safe, cocooned in this ancient tower, unhurried by the ticking of any clock. Each passing moment becomes lighter, brighter, as we allow every care to quietly slip away. Thunder rumbles once more, far away, a gentle reminder of the world outside, untouched by our rest. Let its distant voice soothe you, knowing it cannot disturb the deep peace of this place. Layers of velvet, stone, and hush encircle us, each a promise of undisturbed slumber. As the last of wakefulness fades, our spirit floats free in the sanctuary's golden calm. We drift on, held by the sturdy arms of old wood and the lullaby of rain. Shadows and light continue their tender dance, soothing every thought to stillness. Your breathing matches the pulse of this peaceful place. Each gentle rise and fall, another step farther from worry, nearer to a realm where dreams are both ancient and new. At the heart of the sanctuary, night deepens and silence becomes its own gentle melody. Every flicker of candle, every flutter of velvet, is a note in a song of rest and renewal. We have crossed the storm, found warmth beyond the threshold, and now exist in pure stillness. Here, every soul finds respite. Here, sleep is not sought, but simply arrives natural, unhurried, complete. Tonight, the sanctuary embraces us as kin, asking nothing except that we rest and dream. The world outside is distant, now a memory lost to rain, thunder, and night. Here, in the tower's heart, we drift beyond story and time. Sleep is a gentle tide, washing over, carrying us softly into realms of peace. Rest, dreamer, you are safe within the sanctuaries. Eternal embrace. Chapter 3. The Steady Refugium. Wandering between overflowing desks, your footsteps are muffled on thick, worn carpets, faded by candlelight and the passage of time. Shadows from flickering flames dance along books lined in uneven rows, their spines cracked but dignified. The silence here is not empty, it is alive with a quiet, timeless pulse, inviting every breath to deepen and slow. Here, you are cocooned by knowledge while rain whispers softly on the glass. A velvet curtain brushes your shoulder as you pass, its weight heavy with memory. You drift by an ancient wooden globe, continents painted in faded gilded ink, while a rolled map rests luxuriously nearby. The air shivers with the faint tang of ink and pressed flowers within forgotten pages. Candlelight glimmers atop a puddle of wax, warming the pages of an open folio, revealing indecipherable scripts etched by careful hands. A gentle thunder rumbles outside, the sound softened by thick stone walls. Within, you feel far removed from storm and shadow, sheltered by the sturdy presence of this scholarly retreat. Each desk, heavy with promise, calls you to linger. You sense the quiet patience of scholars past, each line and margin filled with their silent thoughts. Every surface bears the quiet evidence of bygone evenings spent lost in study and wonder. The cool air carries a subtle perfume of dust and beeswax, settling into the woven tapestries and the grain of the old timber. In the far corner, a stack of scrolls leans precariously, edges curling with age. The murmur of rain encourages you to rest your hand along a polished desktop, feeling the grooves from countless quills. Each surface is gently illuminated by the golden glow of flickering candles, their hollow flames swaying like restful breaths. You pause by a leather-bound volume, its cover deeply embossed with symbols, the pages heavy and yellowed. Opening it, you hear a delicate scythe sound of parchment yielding in the hush. The script inside is ornate, winding slowly across the page like a meandering river. In this refuge, time seems to dissolve. You breathe in the serenity of stories captured long ago, each word gently coaxing your senses into a state of quiet renewal. A slender candle sputters in a silver holder, casting soft halos on the walls. Shadows stretch and retreat over scholars' notes and abandoned bookmarks. The velvet curtains absorb the distant roll of thunder, muting it into a lullaby of weather and night. You sense that nothing here is urgent. Each object waits, patient and wise, for your curiosity. You drift deeper into the quiet, shielded from hurry and turmoil, folded deeper into the quiet, shielded from hurry and turmoil. You notice a lone feather quill resting in a crystal ink pot, its tip stained deep blue. Beside it, a letter waits unfinished, addressed to someone unknown, its words trailing off into silence. The fire in the distant hearth crackles softly, lending warmth to the cool stone air. Here, every small detail offers gentle comfort furthest from the world's noise. Each moment is a slow, steady exhale into stillness and dream. Above you, wooden beams hold scribed runes and tiny carvings, the handiwork of scholars seeking solace in their solitude. Light from the storm flickers through thick glass, briefly illuminating the dust motes that twirl and settle. You feel them floating with you, suspended in a hush of reverence and calm. Every corner promises discovery: a pressed flower, a forgotten coin, the imprint of a hand on wax softened by time's patient touch. The air is thick with the memory of whispered debates and secrets written in margins. You trail your fingertips across the edge of a parchment roll, It crackles softly beneath your hand. Outside, rain continues its gentle serenade, rhythmic and reliable as a heartbeat. Within these walls, worries lose their edge, replaced by the slow pleasure of meandering thought. The night lingers, stretching quietly onward as you explore the endless gifts this sanctuary offers. A bookshelf catches your attention, its heavy planks bent with the weight of many seasons. There are titles in languages unspoken for centuries, glyphs shimmering dimly under the soft lamp's glow. A slip of vellum peeks from one volume, hinting at mysteries still waiting to be uncovered. In this space, your mind unwinds, thoughts spread out like ink on parchment, each idea drifting softly into the gentle hush that fills the study. As you move closer to the rain-painted window, you pause to listen. Droplets patter steadily, their cadence steady and calming. Beyond the glass, shadowy gardens sway beneath the distant flash of lightning, the world hidden beneath velvet skies. Inside, candlelight flickers against your fingertips as you contemplate a closed journalet's leather worn smooth by hope and longing. This is a room for quiet searches, for dreams born in the slow rhythm of rain. An ancient hourglass rests on the edge of a desk, grains of sand slipping quietly from one chamber to the next. The passage of time means little here. Each moment is drawn out, serene and unhurried. You feel your breath slowing as you watch the sand's patient descent, the ritual turning of days and nights contained within its silent dance. In the study refugium, all is suspended in tranquil waiting, as if even time itself stops to listen. The soft rustling of parchment fills the air as you leaf through a stack of notes, discovering old diagrams sketched in sepia ink. Some display cryptic symbols, while others depict moon phases and labyrinthine maps of distant lands. You imagine the scholars who once filled these pages with questions and dreams. Their curiosity lingers, a silent companion to your own journey, guiding you gently to new corners of restfulness and wonder within the shadowed room. With each gentle turn, the pages grow heavier, as if weighed by all the nights spent studying their surfaces. A strand of melted wax stretches between two candlesticks, an unbroken bridge of warmth and light. The scent is sweet and earthy, mingling with the musk of old leather. As your eyes grow heavy, you feel the cares of the waking world ebb away, replaced by the study's infinite patience and the silent encouragement of so many forgotten words. A tapestry along the far wall catches your gaze, threads woven in muted gold and midnight blue. Its scenes tell stories long past, knights and scholars gathered beneath ancient trees. The softness of the fabric brushes against your hand as you pass, grounding you in the gentle present. The room is ageless, a keeper of wisdom and rest. You are invited to simply be no questions, no requirements, just you, wrapped in the silence. A small, ornate lockbox sits in the shadows beneath a chair, its metal surface cool to the touch. It holds the secrets of the study, perhaps a keepsake, a treasured note, or a forgotten key. The temptation to open it passes, leaving a thrill of mystery humming in the air. The box remains closed, keeping its treasures safe, just as the room cradles your mind and body, cocooning you in a sanctuary free from burden. The storm's distant energy pulses through the night, yet within the study, all is gentle and harmoniously still. Sometimes you hear the softest tap, perhaps the wind, or a falling drop finding a flaw in the ancient stone. You remain tucked into this pocket of calm, feeling the layers of night build around you, reassuring and warm. Your breath matches the steady hush of rain, each inhalation filling you with peace, each exhale releasing tension into the quiet dark. Somewhere close by, the faint tick of a mechanical clock marks the passing moments. Its even rhythm becomes almost musical, interweaving with the soft mutter of rain and the occasional crackle of candlewick. There is nothing more to do, nothing to remember. You are here, now, in the gentle embrace of this study where time is as thick and nurturing as the woolen curtains that shield you from the storm outside, each sound becoming part of a lullaby. The chairs arranged near the fire feel inviting, their cushions softened by countless evenings of quiet reading and gentle laughter. You settle deeper into their embrace, imagining the countless souls who have sought refuge within these walls. Each one has left behind a trace of comfort, woven invisibly into the threads of the furniture, the ring of a mug on the table, the impression of a favorite book resting quietly on a knee, undisturbed. On the table beside you, A delicate porcelain cup cools in the candlelit gloom, a faint wisp of steam still rising from within. The taste lingers in the air herbal, soothing and sweet. It joins the subtle harmony of scent, sound, and shadow, each sense gently lulled. The storm's growl is now just a gentle whisper outside, while inside the study, your spirit finds anchor. Your thoughts loosen and drift, unhurried, into the velvety quiet of night. You notice the gentle arc of moonlight as it slips through a narrow crack in the curtains, painting a thin bar of silver across an open atlas. Every shadow deepens its contrast light and darkness holding each other softly. Here, in the study refugium, there is nowhere you need to be but here. The world fades to the soothing rhythm of breath and rain, letting the promise of sleep and gentle reprieve take root in your soul. The hour grows later, the candles smaller, yet the study remains constanta guardian of peace, soaking up the storm's last fury. You feel drawn to the slow closing of your eyes, the drift from wakefulness to dreaming. The room expects nothing, it only offers comfort, its leather, wood, and parchment conspiring to welcome you again whenever you seek solace. With every breath, you slip deeper into the folds of this sanctuary, surrendering to its timeless hush. As the storm finally moves further off, a deep stillness settles over the world, inside and out. The air feels lighter, the last candle flame dances its sleepy farewell. The study refugium keeps you in its gentle shelter, a place for the wandering mind to rest. With a soft sigh, you allow your dreams to unfurl like ancient scrolls, safe in the quiet heart of midnight, where knowledge and calm watch over you until morning's first quiet light. Chapter 4. Lightning and Lore. A hush pervades the air, velvet and slow, as rain at the windows deepens the hush. Within, centuries-old tapestries hang heavy, threads embroidered with forgotten histories and delicate, moss-threaded greens. Lightning stirs, quick and sly, tracing ghostly images across the walls, moments of courtly grandeur caught between the waking world and dreams. Listen closely. With every crash outside, another secret peels away from stone, beckoning you deeper into the lore. Your senses settle into the chamber's rich silence, the thunder marking distant time. Each flash of lightning flickers briefly through the thick velvet curtains, illuminating moss and hidden cracks and glyphs pressed into ancient stones. The chill air touches your skin as memory lingers in every gust, every trembling candle flame. The tapestries sway gently, threads whispering old tales, while you sink further into the warmth of presence in this slow and shadowed place. Rain drips and sighs against glass, lending its rhythm to the room's slumber. The stone walls, lined with stories untold, feel cool to the touch and bear the moss of many forgotten years. In fleeting moments when lightning dances, colors spring to life on fabric and rock-rich crimsons, deep emeralds, lost gold. Shadows stretch and curl, drawing maps across the floor, each bolt illuminating mysteries woven long ago. As you lie still, quiet and safe, the air seems filled with a gentle expectancy. Old ghosts of laughter and whispered bargains seem hidden in every tapestry and echo along each flagged stone. Lightning's glow reveals the soft shimmer of silver threads, as if ancient artisans stitched moonlight into the fabric. You sink deeper into rest, soothed by the harmony of rain, thunder, and history breathing all around you. Let yourself drift deeper, feeling the hush of moss beneath your fingertips, a memory from before you were born. Beyond the keep's heavy walls, the storm swells. Inside, every stone absorbs the lull of rain, the flicker of candlelight, and the half-lightning that sketches scenes of long-lost gatherings, silent feasts, and ancestral vows. Cloaked in shadow and comfort, you feel safe, invited to watch the past flicker, and fated to watch the past flicker and fade at your own tranquil pace. Each rumble of thunder wraps itself around you, slow and distant. The tapestries ripple gently, pictures drawn in soft wool and silk. You see the silhouette of a knight forever caught in a woven charge, his banner stirring only when lightning graces the wall. Moss-infused stone glistens damply in the pulse of stormlight. You sense the hush of ancient voices humming just beneath the sound of rain here. All is gentle, all is gentle, all is lore. The storm outside draws closer, its energy felt rather than heard. Rain flows in gentle rivers against the glass, and the faint scent of damp earth filters in through cracks. You hear a tapestry's rustle, like the whisper of silk sliding under a door. In the momentary brilliance of lightning, old crests and faded family seals become visible proof that life once brimmed within these walls. Drift further into softness, secure and unhurried. The air inside the keep glows with a gentle warmth against the cool pulse of the night. Moss softens each stone underfoot, making the path along the wall feel ancient but kind. With each flare of lightning, you glimpse scenes of masked dancers, regal tables, and glowing embersol frozen in delicate velvet embroidered in gold. The chamber is alive with stories, moving only at the pace of your breathing, slow and sure. You listen to the steady rhythm of the storm and find yourself surrounded by comfort. Every detail, the worn wood, the scent of aged parchment, the softness of layered moss blends into a gentle lullaby of past and present. Lightning dapples the stone, briefly illuminating a tapestry where a queen's calming gaze watches over you. Your thoughts drift easily, following the line of silk thread deep into the heart of lore. Soft rain and distant thunder become the nighttime music of this chamber. The candle's glow flickers with every pulse of wind, and shadows shift across ancient designs. You notice how the moss climbs the walls, nestling quiet and lush within the tapestry's folds, echoing the old lives that once sheltered here. The rain's persistent touch links you to all who have rested within these walls, in peace and in story. Every flash from the storm carves the shadows deeper, showing scenes that feel both new and timeless. You witness knights riding between towers, sages poring over scrolls, a living memory woven into the threads. The echo of the rain mixes with the faint scent of old wool and stone, a lullaby whispered through the years. Your eyelids grow heavy, your breathing slows, and your heart matches the pulse of old storms, Now your focus turns inward, letting go of thought as the keep envelops you. The tapestry's patterning becomes a field of dreams, a texture to rest your mind upon. Moss and stone, rain and thunder blend around you into a fortress of gentle sound. Sleepiness deepens, soul and body floating within a timeless room, ancient stories soothing as the hush of velvet. Every memory glimmers softly, then slips away into darkness. Lightning sighs faintly beyond the curtain, and you feel the comfort of centuries pass over and through you. Shadows from the heavy tapestries ripple and rest, calling forth forgotten laughter, gentle songs, and tales of friendship etched in silver. The sound of rain becomes your lullaby, a continuous flow calming all thought. Let yourself drift, protected by stone and memory, guided gently by the lore within these ancient walls. In the pauses between thunder, your mind uncovers hidden stories lost among the moss it imagines. A hand brushing patiently across fabric, reciting names too old to recall. You picture a distant candle's flame flickering in a quiet study, illuminating secrets both safe and ancient. The keep cradles you, the warmth of the velvet and the chill of moss balancing all unease. You release tension, sinking deeper with every breath. Waves of relaxation flow in time with the quiet rumble outside, washing through limbs and spirit. The tapestries shift in the smallest breeze, catching glimmers of far-off lightning each thread, radiant before settling back into dusk. You hear nothing but the heartbeat of the storm, old and familiar, and the faint memory of voices at rest. Every moment draws you further into peaceful sleep, memories settling like dust on ancient stone. Your thoughts become small as rain, settling gently upon the keep's patient stones. Threaded patterns upon the tapestry seem to invite dreams of kings and scholars, of gentle keepers and those who built this tower long before. You nestle further under the weight of ancient fabric, admiring the age-softened wool and threads that still shimmer with purpose. The storm song is softer now, blending with your breath in perfect stillness. The air along the stone wall is cool but not cold. The moss acts as a cushion, protecting even in shadow. Another distant lightning bolt lights up the memory of a banquet, a flash of laughter held within the woven threads. The history here is a comfort, not a burden. Its stories soften the night and encourage gentle dreams. You feel the lull of centuries close around you, each with its own gentle tale. With the storm's energy now farther away, the chamber fills with quiet peace. In the half-light, you trace the patterns along the tapestry's edge, letting your fingers ride each ripple of woven story. The night soothes all worries, the aroma of old parchment and moss coaxing your mind gently home. The lore is not only in the stones, but in the calm that enfolds you, timeless and unhurried, allowing every care to slip away. You feel the slow rhythm of your breath matching the steady drip of water beyond the window. The candle flickers its last, leaving only the ancient tapestry's embrace and memories dancing in the storm's reflection. Each time thunder grumbles, it sounds narrower, further, promising safety and sleep. The old legends nestle beside you, whispering dreams as the world narrows to comfort, warmth, and tranquil darkness. Settle in this quiet chamber, wrapped in centuries of gentle care. The moss spreads softly among the old stones, bridging the gap from ancient to present. In your mind, the glow of former feasts and stories quietly hushes, replaced by the serene beauty of the storm's passing. Each tapestry folds itself into silence. Each story closes softly, allowing your mind to drift into the embrace of rest timeless and certain. Time drifts with you as you settle further under the tapestry's gentle weight. The last echoes of lightning mark the end of one night's story, and you are left floating in a quiet pool of memory. Rain becomes a faint mist against the wall. Sleep gathers around you like velvet, and ancient hope lingers in the moss. The keep watches over your rest, a guardian of peace, breathing softly with you. In the gentle hush that remains, you are part of the lore, the moss, and the deep stones. With the rain's harmony framing your breathing, the chamber offers sanctuary from all winds. Shadows have retreated, and new dreams have begun to stretch, colored in the soft gold of the now silent tapestries. Wrapped in the voice of the keep, you feel safe, cherished, and wholly at ease in the warmth of time's embrace. Now, all that remains is the softness of rest and the assurance of peace. The keep dissolves into perfect quiet, its stories carrying you gently toward the dream world. Rain and moss, thread and stone, sleep and silence, each part of the night's ancient gift. With heart slowing and thoughts dimming, drift away on the currents of lore and storm, knowing you are sheltered, comforted, and wholly at home in the sanctuary of Midnight Keep. Chapter 5. Curtains Drawn Against the Storm. The velvet curtains hang heavy and undisturbed, their surface deep with hues of midnight blue and plum. Rain patters against the leaded glass beyond, a restless lullaby that tries in vain to spill into the warmth of your refuge. Somewhere, thunder rumbles, distant and softened by stone and fabric. Inside, the quiet grows deeper, every sound hushed by the thick embrace of velvet folds. The gentle weight of the curtains brings a feeling of safety, as though each pleat and fold guards against every stray thought that chases sleep away. With each careful tug, the room settles further into stillness, darkness blooming all around. The world outside fades, leaving only the slow rhythm of your own breath, mingling with the faint drumming of rain. It is time to surrender to softness, to welcome rest where the storm cannot rest, where the storm cannot reach. You listen closely as the wind sighs past the tower walls, its melody blurred by layers of heavy fabric. Each gust is transformed into a distant whisper, too gentle to disturb the sanctuary within. With every passing moment, the sense of cocooning grows stronger, as if you are wrapped in clouds spun from midnight and shelter. It is safe to let your thoughts loosen, tangled like soft ribbons waiting to unravel in the quiet darkness. In the darkness behind the curtains, candlelight dances gently, golden warmth flickering across old stone and worn wooden tables. Shadows stretch and blend, blending the familiar shapes of books and scrolls into the softness of evening. Safe in this gentle penumbra, you can imagine the tower breathing with you, slow and deep, anchoring you with each quiet breath. Here, the world narrows to comfort, rich with silence and sheltering warmth. You take in the deep hush of your study refuge, noticing how the velvet curtains hold the storm at bay. Their edges drape softly against the stone floor, pooling like liquid dusk. Beyond, flashes of lightning briefly illuminate the world, but their brilliance is softened to a pale ghost by thick velvet. The rain continues its patterns, steady and calm, falling further into the background with each moment that passes inside these walls. You settle deeper into your seat, aware of the gentle embrace of darkness, the familiar scent of wax and old parchment laced with the faint aroma of moss from the tower walls. Closing the curtains has formed a sanctuary, separate from the storm's wild chorus. You let your gaze drift across the dim tapestry, its mysterious shapes and faded colors becoming almost a dream. Breathing slows to match the stillness, a gentle invitation to let go of all burdens. A shiver of thunder rolls through the sky above, muted and distant. Inside, the sound is softer, filtered, and transformed, as if the very walls of the tower cradle it like a secret. It blends with the deep, soothing quiet, creating a lullaby made of rain and stone and velvet hush. Here, safe within this gentle darkness, each beat of thunder only deepens the hush, grounding you further in the peaceful heart of this ancient keep. You let your eyes close for a moment, listening. The rain's gentle insistence, the occasional flicker of candle flame, the almost imperceptible creak of an old wooden desk-call, these sounds interweave, forming a soundscape soft as wool. Behind the curtains, the storm might rage, but inside the tower study, only tranquility remains. You sense the timelessness here, letting go of the outside world as you slip further into the embrace of evening. The heavy curtains begin to feel like a spell cast in Velveta shield against lightning and tumbling rain. Their deep folds gather the shadows, weaving them into a cocoon of comfort and stillness. You notice details, the brush of fabric against your hand, the gentle warmth from nearby candles, the echo of distant thunder now merely a background murmur. Each small sensation grounds you in serenity, drawing you closer to restful sleep. Even as the wind rattles the highest windows, thick velvet absorbs every restless sound. Within the walls of the old tower, the storm cannot intrude. You let yourself imagine being curled within layers of softness, safe and hidden, protected by warmth and shadow. Awareness narrows to the quiet present moment. With every breath, worries drift away, carried off with the wind beyond those drawn and sheltering curtains. A steady glow from the hearth paints shifting patterns across the stone floor, its golden light muted but ever present. Each shape and shadow feels gentle, like a familiar old friend. The ancient wood of the study creaks softly as you shift, but even that sound is soothing, a reminder of this place's enduring peace. The hush holds you, layered and deep, stronger with every heartbeat. Every soft sound and shadow draws you deeper into restful calm. The air inside is warm and still, smelling faintly of wax, parchment, and the distant storm. As lightning flares behind the curtains, its light is transformed into a delicate glow that ebbs gently through the fabric. Thoughts quiet to match the slow cadence of the storm, each one growing softer, lighter, easier to let go. Wrapped in the dark sanctuary you've created, the only thing left to do is allow yourself to surrender, utterly to its embrace. Sometimes the rain drips harder, battering the tower with sudden intensity, but the curtains only deepen their shelter, softening each impact to a gentle lull. It becomes a low, steady drumbeat, comfortingly repetitive, inviting relaxation. Every sound joins the steady rhythm, blurring the edges between yourself and your surroundings. The world narrows even more so peaceful, so gently quiet. You are entirely cocooned in midnight softness, held in the safe. Across the room, the flicker of a single candle creates pools of shifting gold on shelves stacked with ancient books. Its tiny flame stands against the darkness, not as a defiance, but as a companion, quiet, steady, ever-present. You watch the shadows play, their movement hypnotic, rhythmic, soothing. The heaviness of the curtains, the harmony of the storm outside, and the gentle light inside all conspire to lull every muscle into deeper. Each breath you take grows easier, slower, sinking with the hush inside the tower. The thick velvet curtains, draped and unmoving, seem almost alive with watchful comfort. Their presence is reassuring, their gentle folds cradling you from all corners of the room. Time stretches and softens, the worry and weight of the day dissolving into shadow. You imagine drifting deeper into this warm, dark cocoon, safe where neither cold nor storm can find you. Absorbed into the soothing darkness, your senses grow attuned to subtleties. The tick of a clock, the sigh of wind touched by moss, the memory of rain on a childhood window. The curtains guard you, transforming storm and night into the softest of lullabies. Each moment feels slower, as though time itself bows to the restful hush inside the stone tower. Here, in the heart of midnight, you welcome the weightless drift toward sleep. If you listen closely, the sounds inside seem to magnify a gentle page-turning, the brush of fingertips on leather-bound spine, the uncertain flicker of a wick nearing the end of its wax. All is well. The velvet curtains, so carefully drawn, remind you that rest is an act of kindness. With each heartbeat, you are drawn further into comfort, deeper into dream. The storm will pass, its wildness held at bay by your sanctuary's velvet embrace. The depth of night becomes an ally here, no longer an absence, but a presence, thick and soft. It presses close through every curtain fold, soothing nerves and smoothing worry from your brow. The old tower's stones release their warmth slowly, like a memory unraveling quietly over time. You lie back, surrendering to the shelter of darkness, feeling the storm's distant power transformed into a song of rest and calm strength. Gently, you remember the ritual of closing the curtains, your hands moving in practiced calm, the velvet sliding into place, blocking out the bright unpredictability of the outside world. There is a satisfaction in this simple act, a message of safety spoken without words. The sanctuary you have created is not just in the room, but in yourself. Each motion, each peaceful thought, is a step further away from the storm, closer to true and gentle sleep. You lose track of the boundaries of the room, the velvet, the stone, the flickering candlelight all blending into a single landscape of quiet. The sensation of being enclosed is gentle, never confining, always warm and nurturing. The storm outside cannot find you here. Instead, you are carried by the current of your own breath, the whisper of rain, the slow magic of rest. The world outside slips further away, leaving space only for comfort and ease. Thunder murmurs again, but it no longer startles. The fabric of the curtains wraps the sound, holding it like a lullaby. Even the pulse of the rain is only a far-off memory inside this cocoon of velvet and candlelight. The sense of safety runs deep, woven from stone and memory and gentle intention. You allow your muscles to relax further, every small tension fading into the hush. Shelter is complete, and sleep invites you onward. The moment is timeless, as if the ancient tower has always existed. Velvet against storm, candlelight against darkness, exactly for this purpose. To hold a soul safe, to transform the wild night into tranquility and comfort. In the hush, it is easy to imagine generations being soothed by the same quiet rituals. For now, this piece is entirely yours, and you float gently in its soundless depths, curiosity and worry alike dissolving into calm shadow. You drift wrapped in night, in velvet, in the reassurance that you are truly hidden from the tempest outside. The old tower stands firm, untroubled by the storm that scours its stones. Each heartbeat slows, and your body feels weighted, comfortably grounded, yet light as the air between the folds of the curtains. The world inside this refuge is made only of softness, quietude, and peace. The lull of rain and warmth leads you deeper still. At last, as thunder becomes a dim echo and rain fades to the faintest whisper, you feel yourself slipping through the final veil of wakefulness. The velvet curtains, drawn against the storm, are your silent guardians. The deep darkness cradles you, and in the quiet heart of the tower, sleep comes softly. You surrender, safe, cocooned by shadow, warmth, and ancient stone. The world outside disappears, leaving only the promise of the gentlest dreams. Chapter 6. A hearth of flickering candlelight. Within the tower's ancient heart, the evening deepens. Pale, warm halos drift from countless candles, nestled high and low, their flames adrift in the gentle currents of the study's air. Shadows yawn and stretch across the time-worn floor, their silent dance echoing stories known only to the stones. The rain outside persists, lending its steady hush, enfolding the chamber in tranquil calm. Each candle is a sentinel of warmth. Wax pools slowly at their bases, tracing delicate rivulets along the desk screen. The flickering light softens the crowded shelves, transforming leather-bound tomes and parchment scrolls into treasures touched with quiet gold. Night presses gently against the thick velvet drapes, Yet within these walls, the world feels safe and suspended, held in the gentle embrace of candlelight and steady rain. Drifting through the study, your steps are muffled by the hush of ancient carpets, their patterns half lit by amber glow. A velvet chair waits by the hearth, its cushions holding the memory of countless evenings spent in silent contemplation. The shadows settle, and stretch never, quite still, inviting your thoughts to slow and soften. Time slips away in the gentle tide of golden light, each moment deeper than the last. On the old wooden desk, a circle of candles pools their light around faded parchment, ink bottles, and forgotten letters. Outside, rain taps a gentle, rhythmic code against the window, the glass beaded with the shimmer of 1,000 tiny droplets. Lightning flickers in the distance, briefly illuminating mossy stone and the curves of ancient tapestries before calm darkness washes over the study once more. You pause before a tall, flickering candelabrum, its reflections weaving across carved stone. Each flame paints gentle arcs along the walls, inviting shadows to lean in and linger. Old books breathe in the quiet warmth, their spines cracked with knowledge, their pages whispering softly behind closed covers. A hush of anticipation fills the room as if the evening itself were waiting, settled quietly in the gentle pulse of light. The velvet curtains stir ever so slightly, responding to some secret draft trailing through unseen cracks in the ancient stone. Even the curtains, heavy and lush, cradle the room's golden spirit. In their gentle folds, dusk is softened, the outside world gently kept at bay. The rain builds and recedes in gentle waves, its rhythm harmonizing with the flickers, adding another soothing layer to this tranquil refuge. Beneath one low window, a single candle sits in a weathered brass holder. Its pale light melts into the glossy surface of a polished wooden chest. Shadows linger nearby, growing long and soft. You sense the unseen stories wrapped up in these quiet objects, their history guarding secrets only the moonlit hours know. The study becomes a haven of simple things, where warmth spills over old wood and gentle flame. As thunder rolls softly overhead, shadows ebb and flow, curling like ink around ancient spines and rain-spattered glass. Everything slows, your breath, your thoughts, the stretch of each peaceful minute. The air holds the faint fragrance of melted wax and old parchment, a soothing balm to restless minds. The flickering glow encourages you to linger, wrapped in endless comfort where time and worry drift quietly away. At the far wall, a squat, sturdy table supports towers of handwritten manuscripts, their corners curling under the candle's kind warmth. Wax drips onto mottled wood, forming small, forgotten sculptures in the dimness. The books hum softly with the memory of stories told and retold. The shadows growing and shrinking on the wall echo the voices of quiet evenings past, where every sigh and whisper melted into gentle, flickering peace. Sinking into the armchair, you feel the comfort stitched into its fabric a sense of belonging, as if countless dreamers before have sought solace right here. The candlelight soothes your eyelids, heavy and ready for rest. Beyond the velvet curtains, the rain hushes the world. Candles cast warm halos across your lap, wrapping you in quiet radiance. The outside storm need not stir you from this gentle, golden shelter. Lightning illuminates the tower for a moment, silvery blue against the soft gold of your candle-lit refuge. Then night returns, deeper and kinder than before. Each flicker of flame is a heart-throb steadfast, gentle, perpetual. The wax forms new rivers with every passing second, artful reminders that even the slowest moments are full of quiet transformation and wonder. Here in this ancient study, serenity is born and reborn again. With every breath you draw, the tranquility seeps deeper. Shadows nestle together across the cracked stones, painting gentle curves where the candlelight cannot reach. The distant rumble of thunder blends with the soft clatter of the rain, twining together outside your walls. All the world contracts to this single point of warmth. The gentle flames, the scent of wax, the comfort of knowing you are surrounded by peace, cocooned in the heart of knowing you are surrounded by peace, cocooned in the heart of the night. On the hearth, a handful of melted candles create shifting pools of gold across rough flagstones. The room breathes alive with subtle motion, flickers, and sighs. You close your eyes, and the chorus of candle flames composes a lullaby, urging your thoughts to settle. Time slows, each heartbeat echoed by the gentle drumming of rain overhead. The world outside may churn and storm, but here you rest in golden silence. You let your gaze drift along overloaded bookshelves, their contents veiled in flicker and shadow. Every volume holds a fragment of the past, preserved beneath soft halos. The hush deepens as the candles draw shadows up the walls, creating a tapestry that shifts and breathes along with you. You are safe within the confines of this timeless Chambera sanctuary formed from ancient stone, gentle flame, and the soothing rush of rain. A gentle breeze caresses the candle flames, making their light dance in brief, playful patterns along the heavy drapes. The wax continues to pool, slow and unrushed. Your thoughts melt into the rhythm of the room, the embrace of golden warmth easing every part of you. The soft hush is full, never empty, inviting you to dwell a little longer in the lull of stories untold and evening's endless possibilities. Rain crescendos softly against the ancient glass, muffled and steady, while the candles hold their composure atop scattered ledgers. The slow, hypnotic drip of melting wax becomes its own quiet metronome. Shadows deepen under chairs and behind tapestries, but they offer only comfort here, spaces for dreams to stretch and grow. The tranquil heartbeat of the tower resounds, inviting you to drift through layers of restfulness, each one deeper and more peaceful than the last. In the periphery, a faint glimmer catches your eye, a solitary candle left on a tall, slender pedestal. Its flame sways with gentle determination, casting long lines across stacks of parchment. The world outside fades further, replaced by the intimate universe inside this circle of light. The flickers mimic the pulse of sleepiness in your muscles, encouraging every thought to soften, become blurred, and fade into night's soft embrace. You hear the creak of a floorboard, slow and familiar, as you tentatively shift your weight. It is the language of old towers, of shelter seasoned by generations. In the hush between thunder and candle sputter, you sense the depth of the night around you velvet, deep, nurturing. Each candle's glow weaves a promise that tonight there is nothing you must solve or fix. There is only rest and the gentle company of shadow and flame. Above the mantel, a time-worn painting flickers with life in the shifting candlelight, its dusty subjects gazing back in kindly silence. The air feels thick with stories and memory. Even the rain outside seems to join in, offering the comfort of its ceaseless rhythm. In this room, boundaries blur between what is now and what once was past and present, held together by the gentle persuasion of warmth and darkness. The bookshelves arch and lean beneath the weight of centuries, every niche and hollow explored by flickering flame. Wax trails meander across the surfaces, cooling at their own pace, unhurried by time or expectation. You breathe in, and the fragrance of wax and old timber cradles you. Stillness settles softly within you, as if you, too, were part of the tranquil landscape, safe in the warm glow of a gentle, undemanding night. Your eyelids feel heavier now, lulled by rhythmic rainsong and the slow ebb of flame. The candlelight cups the curves of old letters, stacked nearby words penned by hands long gone, moments captured and preserved in golden glow. These pages are at rest, their stories sleeping alongside you, cherished and unhurried. Each wavering shadow is a lullaby, each flickering tongue a quiet promise that in this stillness all is well, and you are home. The velvet hush stretches deeper, and your senses become attuned to the smallest sounds, the distant tick of a clock, the faint scratch of wax cooling, the contented sigh of rain against the glass. You are wrapped in the safety of shadow snow edge or corner feels cold or frightening. Instead, warmth enfolds you, guiding your thoughts tenderly toward quiet places where rest is as steady and certain as the flame of a single candle. In this midnight keep, the world is pared down to essentials, warmth, softness, the murmur of distant thunder. Wax puddles gently as the flames flutter and sigh, choreographing a dance for only you. Shadows have become familiar companions, gentle, shifting guides through the deepening night. All demands are distant. Time is patient here. Every moment is suffused with a kindness and calm that leads you ever closer to restful sleep. Let the candlelight soothe you into the deepest slumber, where shadows cradle your dreams and the rain guards your rest. Each flicker is a gentle wish for peace, every waxy drip another soft lullaby. The night outside remains at bay, cushioned by velvet and old stone. Here, within this sanctuary of light and shadow, your breath slows, your thoughts dissolve, and tranquility flows. Sleep well, wrapped in the enduring warmth of 100 flickering candles. Chapter 7. Rain's Lullaby. Settle deeper into your seat now, as the gentle hush of the evening wraps itself around you. The relentless rain finds the fortress walls, each drop a soft note beckoning you further into stillness. Let the drumming melody soothe your pulse, a hypnotic symphony woven through old stone and velvet shadow. In this haven, every moment brings you closer to quiet rest. The storm has only just begun. Nestled within the curve of a deeply cushioned chair, you feel the slow release of tension at your shoulders. Thunder growls somewhere far beyond these walls, yet it seems only to deepen your sense of shelter. Windows, streaked with rain, hold the tempest at bay. Each breath is drawn softer, easy. Rain speaks a language of comfort, its rhythm like a lullaby cradling you between waking and sleep. A velvet drape frames the window, thick and mellow, guarding this quiet study from the restless world outside. Candlelight flickers nearby, shadows dancing across ancient books and bundled scrolls. The layered hush of rain muffles every distant sound, smoothing away the hard edges of thought. Let yourself drift with the patter, each droplet an anchor guiding you peacefully inward, where calm pools deep. Sink into the embrace of the chair, velvet pressing softly against your skin. The ancient tower seems to breathe with you, stone and silence surrounding you, timeless and serene. From the thunder above low, gentle a soothing lull carries through the keep. Rain whispers secrets against the leaded glass, each syllable worn smooth over centuries. In this moment you are sheltered, cradled by the night's gentle hands. Let your eyes rest now, heavy with the comfort of gentle darkness. The rain's rhythm becomes your heartbeat, each drop a soothing measure in this secret nocturne. As the world slips away, the stone walls draw you in closer, their enduring strength lending you peace. The thunder outside rolls softly, not to startle, but to comfort, a reminder that nature, in all her wildness, can also be tender and kind. Notice the scent-subtle hints of old parchment and rain-soaked earth. Breathing in, the air carries a memory of seasons long past. The wooden desk before you glows in candlelight, its surface dappled with pools of golden shadow. Outside, the rain gathers in secret rivers along the window panes, casting patterns that wander quietly over the moss-draped stone. It is easy here to let go, to simply be. The storm has found its rhythm now, steady as a heartbeat. Lightning pulses, illuminating the room with momentary silver, then fading to soft gloom again. The shadows settle, familiar and gentle, wrapping you like a blanket. Pages of leather-bound books whisper as the breeze squeezes faintly beneath the window frame. Every detail is an invitation to rest within and without. Calm grows deeper, more secure. This is a sanctuary from all hurry, from every harsh demand. Time slows, unrushed, measured only by the lull of rain and the flickering gleam of a single flame. The chair supports every fold of your body, reminding you how safe you are in this hidden keep. Let your thoughts grow quiet, yielding to the tranquil insistence of gentle water on old stone. In this calm, there is only softness. Notice the textures beneath your fingertips, the softness of the cushion, the warmth of the woolen blanket draped across your lap. The muted roar of rainfall becomes a gentle background, neither intrusive nor distant, always present and soothing. Outside the high, narrow window, another bolt of lightning brightens the clouds for an instant, and you wonder how many centuries this tower has stood, holding off the night. With each breath, quiet settles more firmly within you. Imagine the hundreds who have studied within these walls, each seeking refuge from storms of their own. Their stories linger in the wood grain, their worries washed away by endless rain. Let your burdens slip from your shoulders as theirs once did. Here in the lull, you find reached each droplet, a reassurance that the world will wait until morning. Feel the mellow warmth from the candle, a gentle glow against the coolness of rain on stone. Outside, the storm's serenade deepens. Inside, the hush is a balm. The velvet curtains, rich and heavy, close off the world with a sense of ceremony. You are not alone in this sanctuary. Years of tranquil nights are layered in the stones, offering their quiet strength to you. Let your mind float free, softly supported. Thunder murmurs again, never threatening, only blending with the rain's lull. The candle's flame leans with each subtle draft, shadows shifting gracefully, almost in rhythm with your breathing. Words on aging scrolls blur with drowsiness, their meaning drifting away, leaving only the sense of ease. The keep's vast silence embraces you. In this chamber, the storm is only music, a backdrop to your slow release into restfulness. Imagine outside, the old trees bowing to the wind, their limbs casting soft silhouettes along the tower walls. The rain travels down moss and stone, echoing faintly in hidden corners. You trace your fingers across the book in your lap, letting your mind wander. The keep's solitude is complete, held tight in shadow and sound. You are cocooned in this dusk-lit haven, drifting ever closer to gentle sleep. Time bends in strange ways here. The hours slip free of their edges, flattened by storm and shadow. Let your senses blurringly, the texture of velvet and the low soundscape of rain remain as the rest grows quiet and far away. The rain softens memory, dulls old aches. All that matters is this sacred stillness, this perfect reprieve carved out by the storm. Inhale slowly, letting sleep rise like a tide. Somewhere deep in the keep, a clock gently ticks, an ember in the darkness. But even time itself seems slow, lazy, reluctant to disturb the hush. The low glow of the candle nearly matches the silver glint of raindrops beyond the curtain. You shift slightly in your chair, bracing against the irresistibly soft cushion. Let your limbs grow heavy, your heart beat with the gentle tempo of night rain. Outside, wind trails softly across stone and glass, curling round the high corners of the tower. Occasionally, thunder offers a gentle drum, resonant and low, like a distant conversation. This is safety here, is refuge. With each repetition of the rain song, tension dissolves further, melting into the warm layers of midnight. The keep stands firm, patient and calm, the perfect guardian for dreams soon to unfold. You imagine looking out through the rain-flecked window, the world blurs, lights smudged into halos, distant gardens swallowing their colors in darkness. It is this separation that comforts you, reminder of how serene it feels to let the storm outside remain a melody only. Inside, trust in the sanctuary, in the centuries-old stones, and in your body's right to rest. Listen, and allow sleep to gently approach. As you listen, notice how the sounds of the storm begin to dissolve every conscious thought. The rolling thunder, the endless patter, the soft hum of distant wind all conspire to wrap you in midnight velvet. Your breath eases, you are no longer aware of tension in your shoulders or your brow. The world beyond this medieval tower has faded, leaving you light, adrift, a feather on the edge of sleep. You sense the presence of tranquility beside you, centuries of silent nights pouring their wisdom into this peaceful room. Let yourself blend with the hush, your awareness becoming as smooth as worn stone, as soft as the old tapestries at your back. There is nothing more you need do, nothing to reach for. Sleep draws nearer, guided by the shelter of rain and shadow, cosseted by the warmth of candlelight. Within the embrace of velvet and mellow stone, a sense of timelessness lingers. Memories of day dissolve, their rough edges softened by the persistent song of water against leaded glass. The air feels heavier, almost sacred, and your thoughts move more slowly, unhurried and content. You are part of the keep tonight, a cherished soul among its echoes, quietly gathering the gifts of gentle sleep. All is well here, all is safe. Drowsy, content, you let yourself lean more fully against the chair's welcoming arms. In the quiet, you sense the arc of so many peaceful nights, each held by the rain's patient lull. Time, fatigue, and worry are all mere phantoms expelled by the sheltering hush. With every roll of thunder, every brush of rain, your surrender to sleep is more complete. The world outside recedes, and the heart of midnight keep whispers, rest. With each breath, you feel yourself dropping further into comfort, the tower cocooning you. The storm continues its gentle performance, never rushing, its rhythm matching your heartbeat, slow and measured. The rain's lullaby is Unendinga, sacred melody composed just for nights like these. Sheltered by centuries of stone, enveloped by the embrace of this ancient chair, you have nowhere to go, no task but to experience deep, serene rest. At last, you begin to dissolve into the folds of darkness, your form blurring with shadow and velvet. The candle burns lower, shadows pooling at your feet. You welcome the sense of floating adrift between dream and waking, moment and eternity. The rain outside remains your only companion, persistent yet soothing. Soon, sleep will claim you fully, as gentle and complete as the storied keep itself. Let yourself surrender completely now. The world has faded, replaced by silence and rain's measured caress. Held by the midnight tower bee, all its slow, echoing nights and weathered strength, you drift at last to peaceful sleep. The storm outside is your lullaby, the keep your cradle, the chair your gentle harbor. Breathe softly, release all care, and settle deep into dreams, knowing you are safe, you are cherished, here within the rain's embrace. Knowing you are safe, you are cherished, here within the rain's. Chapter 8. Fading into Stillness. The hush of ancient stone wraps the room like gentle arms, calming every breath. Rain persistently taps the thick, leaded glass, and the distant thunder whispers secrets far beyond these walls. Velvet curtains, drawn heavy, insulate each moment in a warm cocoon. The soft, golden glow of candlelight flickers in quiet harmony with your slowing heart, inviting you to surrender. Night deepens, draping the medieval tower in restful shadows. The world outside grows smaller with every roll of muffled thunder. Rain's steady rhythm blurs the memory of day, each drop erasing the lines of worry left behind. Ancient tapestries adorn the rough stone, their stories faded but enduring, woven into the silence. You feel your thoughts soften, melting into the subtle, unwavering hush that only true stillness brings. The candle flames sway as you slow your breathing, their golden light painting silent, shifting shapes upon the tapestry. Each gentle flicker hushes any lingering noise within you, echoing the patience of stones stacked by hands centuries ago. The air is tinged with a subtle scintilled parchment, warm wax, and moss grounding you in the sanctum of serenity. Fatigue brushes over you like velvet, comforting and absolute in its promise. Somewhere, a leather-bound book rests open atop an aged wooden desk, waiting for your eyes but not demanding them. The text blurs behind blinking lids as sleep's gentle tide advances. The low, sonorous hum of rain is a lullaby crafted by time, ancient and familiar. Wrapped in this quiet, the tower becomes a cradle, swaying your spirit toward the horizon of dreams and the secret worlds that lie just beyond waking thought. The velvet curtains hang heavy, velvet on velvet, keeping the storm's wild song at arm's length. The sparking, fleeting glimmer of the candle's flame welcomes your drowsiness. The moment hangs, eternal and unhurried, guarding your rest. You allow yourself to sink deeper, bones heavier, worries loosening, and vanish as if the very stone beneath you has absorbed every burden. In this low-lit sanctuary, time loses all sharpness. Beyond the walls, the thunder fades, now just a heartbeat, the rain a shroud around the keep. Stillness thickens the air, layering itself like dust motes caught in warm candlelight. Your eyelids lower, the world narrows further. Every sound that drips, the sighs, the creak of the ancient desk eyes softened and blurred, as if you too have become part of the old tapestry's woven dream. Nothing stirs except your breath. The cushions beneath you embrace every curve, their worn fabric yielding with welcoming familiarity. The rough stone radiates a quiet strength, unmoving, unchanging. Somewhere above, the wind hums through the tower slits, a lullaby mournful and sweet. Within these protective walls, you are invisible, safe, and cherished. Each inhale draws in warmth, each exhale releases another fragment of the day, letting the stillness settle ever deeper, Supple shadows deepen as the flames dip lower. A tapestry depicting a forgotten myth stirs gently in the unseen current, its threads telling the story of peace and surrender. The old desk, with its scattered parchments and ink bottles, stands as silent witness to centuries of quiet nightfall rituals. Slumber drifts closer with every passing heartbeat, drawn by the lull of distant thunder and the soothing thrum of rain against ancient glass. Time feels unmoored, tethered only by the soft cadence of your breath and the patter of rain. The moss between stones is thick with secret life, yet here, in your little corner, all is suspended, a gentle pause between memory and imagination. As you let go, thoughts ease, unspooling, each one quieter and slower than the last. Inhale, and the old air fills you with peace. Exhale, and the old air fills you with peace. Sleep's arrival is gradual, deliberate, as though the night itself is drawing thick, comforting curtains around your mind. Candlelight blurs and doubles on the walls, tracing soft halos over surface and shadow. Ancient echoes drift past a scrape, a sigh, the muted quiver of wood beneath the weight of history. You surrender to them, each gentle noise guiding you away from wakefulness, deeper into the soft embrace of nocturnal tranquility. Your breathing falls into rhythm with the rain. It pushes away anything harsh or hurried. Every droplet outside smooths a rough edge within. Gentle heaviness claims your limbs. The stone walls are keeper silent, unyielding, but kind. You trust them. The sleepiness is irresistible, like a soft velvet cloak drawn over weary shoulders. Stillness expands, the boundaries of your resting place dissolving into the warm hush of this tower retreat. A tapestry embroidered with silver threads shimmers subtly in low light, hinting at lost legends. The hum of thunder recalls times when stories were whispered, not read. The study's aged wood and time-worn books stand sentry in this peaceful moment. Rain blurs all urgency. Sleep's gentleness invites every part of you to let go, to drift quietly out of thought and memory, and into the endless, soothing silence that dwells between candle flickers. Overhead, lightning briefly kindles a brighter silhouette, the momentary dazzle fading quickly beneath the sheltering stone. Pillows and throws gather softly around you, their embrace familiar and grounding. Each candle gutter sends a subtle perfume into the air-warm, honeyed wax, calming and sweet. The rustle of a tired page, the creak of old leather mingle with the tower's age-old hush, each sound a gentle reminder to release and rest, and gentle reminder to release and rest, and let dreams. Deep within the chamber, nothing stirs but your own soft breathing. The air feels thicker heavy with the peace of so many years folded one atop the other. The mind loosens its tether, unraveling whatever remains of wakefulness. Sleep is vast here and kind, slipping in like mist through a moonlit slit. You close your eyes, trusting the old tower and the steady, unbroken lull of the night's unending rain. A sense of timelessness expands, the walls of the keep no longer confining but protective. You sense the lives that have come before scholars, dreamers, poets each lulled to rest by the very same rain and stone. Now, their quiet is yours. The present becomes gentle and slow. Every thought cools and settles to the bottom, until all that is left is peace and a silence as ancient as the stones themselves. Sleepiness hangs thick as velvet, nearly tangible. Breaths deepen, shoulders grow heavy, and eyes flutter closed with ease. Candle shadows play in their secret corners, quiet sentinels over your gentle surrender. Each muscle unwinds, each memory recedes behind a soft golden fog. The old tower's spine supports you as you drift, safe between the rain without and the stillness within, held by the silent companionship of history and time. Outside the thick walls, rain hisses softly, a thousand tiny rivers cascading down stone. Inside, only warmth remains. There is nothing left for you to do, nothing more to recall or prepare for. The soft embrace of sleep tugs insistently at your consciousness, and you release your hold willingly. Every sense blurs as tranquility unspools within your chest. Stillness embraces you wholly, lulling you toward a night of undisturbed. A hush even deeper settles, as the last flashes of lightning flicker and fade. The world is distant, muffled behind these ancient walls and velvet curtains. No worry can breach this sanctuary. No sound can intrude too sharply. Enveloped in stillness, your soul sinks gently, welcomed into a vast, endless quietude. Sleep washes slowly over you, soothing every ache, cradling you in the softest chambers of the keep's long, enduring memory. Candles burn lower, their light a final golden brush across your thoughts. Shadows thicken and gather, blending seamlessly with the velvet and stone. Rain's music is simple and endless, a song older than sorrow, softer than longing. You are weightless here. The climb of the tower, the journey of the day, all now distant. In this moment, you have only to surrender to the growing stillness, letting comfort and calmness fill every recess of heart and mind. With each moment, distractions slip further away. The hush of the medieval study blankets your senses, a downy quilt of peace. Every slight noise of rain, the soft rustle of fabric, the fading flame invites you deeper into ease. The ancient keep holds you gently. Your body remembers how to rest, your mind follows, floating free from old cares. Sleep's silent current bears you onward beneath the sheltering weight of age-old stone and story. Soon, even your breath is indistinguishable from the rain, mingling with the world's quietest sounds. Candlelight wanes, leaving just the glow of serenity in its place. Not a single shadow moves to trouble this peace. Time blurs at the edges, slipping you into the hush between heartbeats. In the loving depths of the tower, you find shelter. There is nothing but safety here, nothing but calm. The gentle night carries you further into tranquil softness. As exhaustion becomes gentle sleep, you shift imperceptibly, weightless on soft cushions. The pressure of stone walls, the strength of velvet curtains, and the perseverance of candlelight all merge to cradle you. You are entirely enveloped in soothing quiet. Each muscle slackens, each care diminishes. Rain's lull never falters, swathing you in its ageless song. In this perfect refuge, your only task is to dream calmly, deeply, and without end. The last glow of candlelight slowly kisses the room goodbye, its comfort lingering. The stories hidden in every tapestry, every stone, every creaking floorboard nestle around you, protectively. Thunder is now a memory, its power gentled by distance and thick velvet. Sleep holds you now, strong and steady. No dream could offer more peace than this moment, where you are watched over by centuries of night, the restfulness unyielding, the embrace absolute. Night enfolds the tower under its soothing veil. The rain never ceases, but becomes part of your breath, your heartbeat, your gentle dream. You are cocooned, insulated from storm and sorrow by stone, tapestry, and the soft hush of candlelit warmth. Rest will last as long as you desire here in this timeless keep. The outside world, distant and indistinct, cannot disturb your slumber. Welcome, wholly, to the deep, healing stillness of the night. Chapter 9. The Drift of Dreams. Candle flames tremble upon old stone, their golden light slipping quietly into the shadows. In the tower, the air is thick with the tranquility of night, and the world outside is hushed by steady rain tapping the glass. There is only the sound of thunder rumbling far away, wrapping this moment in a hush both ancient and comforting. Let the drift begin. Only the faintest golden haze lingers now, reaching just to the edge of sleep. Velvet curtains settle heavy against the outside chill, sealing you in warmth and gentle quiet. You find yourself breathing with the rhythm of rain, your thoughts falling away like droplets upon the stone. The flicker of candlelight dances softly on the walls, weaving stories your mind turns over slowly, each moment melting into the next. Shadows lengthen, becoming dreamlike companions that sway upon the tapestry-covered walls. The storm outside presses gently at the glass, its distant voice a lullaby. Books lie open, forgotten beneath the golden haze, their pages whispering secrets only the night remembers. You sense the gentle presence of yesterday, mingling with the edge of dreams as the world slows and softens around you. Your eyes grow heavier, soothed by the velvet dark hush. The stone tower becomes a cradle, impossibly old, bearing the weight of centuries but holding you now in perfect stillness. A single candle sputters, its flame bending low as if bowing to slumber. Outside, rain drifts across ivy and moss, painting the night in quiet, shimmering threads. You exhale, letting tension dissolve in gentle rhythm. The world narrows, turning inward with each breath. Between thunder's distant roll and the patient whisper of rain, your thoughts circle slower, softer. In the alcove of the tower, you can almost feel the history in the bricks, cool and smooth beneath your touch. The flickers of candlelight cast gentle shapes that seem to breathe with you, inviting your mind to wander deeper into ease, deeper still. As you rest within this story-bound room, the hush of the tower mirrors the hush within you. The scent of old parchment and melted wax drifts through the air, both comforting and mysterious. Each page, each shadow, holds a promise that dreams are soft places, and tonight you are safe to drift among them. Rain persists in steady cadence, sealing you gently into this sanctuary of sleep. A tapestry stirs with the faintest breeze, echoing the gentle movement of your own breathing. You feel your thoughts drift lighter, set afloat on the tide of calm. The candle gutters once, then steady, its glow holding the darkness in tender embrace. Beyond the glass, the storm sighs and rests. Here, in the heart of the tower, it is only you, the timeless stones, and peace. Let your senses relax into the sounds that surround you, the hush of rain, the murmur of thunder rolling into the distance, the low creak of ancient wood. Every sound is soft and far away, as if coming from another world entirely. The warmth of blankets and the closeness of sleep beckon you further in, where the golden haze of candlelight is all that remains at the edge of waking. Beneath the velvet curtains, the world beyond grows dim. The glow of memory is gentle, slipping through your thoughts like silk, unhurried and undemanding. In this small, sacred space, you need not do anything but listen and let go. Candlelight wavers in time with your breathing, drawing you step by quiet step toward the deep center of night, toward the drift of dreams. Sleep waits patiently, its embrace cool and welcoming. You can almost hear the heartbeat of the old tower, slow and steady, anchoring you to rest. Outside, raindrops chase one another down the leaded glass lullaby written on the surface of time. Flickers of gold and shadow mingle in the corners, soothing every thought that might tug you back to waking. Night holds you tenderly, whispering only gentle things. In the dimness, your senses soften even further. The scent of rain-damp stone and candle wax is thick and calming. One by one, the stories in the open books fade into golden quiet, their words dissolving into dreams. Every worry, every trouble from the waking day slips away, replaced by the certainty that here, within these ancient walls, rest belongs to you. The storm continues, but its voice is muted, comforting promise that the world spins on, gentle and vast, while you are wrapped in stillness. The flicker of the only remaining candle slows, its flame mirrored in the quiet gleam of mossy stone. Shadows pool around you, safely enclosing the tower and its sleeping treasures. Time stretches and yawns, as if urging you to follow into the depths of calm. Breathe deeply. Let the coolness of the air and the hush of ancient stones anchor you. Every corner of the tower is softened by night. Every worry seems impossibly far away, as if the storm itself has gathered them up and carried them beyond the horizon. Within this golden hush, only ease remains, and you surrender to it, letting yourself float on the gentle tide of the drifting dream. You picture the time-worn books resting close at hand, their stories mingling with your own quiet thoughts. Your mind, like a parchment page, grows blissfully blank. The velvet curtains and endless rain become guardians at the edges of sleep, turning the world outside into nothing but distant comfort. The last golden light hovers and lingers, waiting patiently for you to slip fully into rest. Softly, the rhythm of thunder and the delicate dance of rain lull you to a deeper place within. Shadows from the candlelight spill in gentle ribbons across the stone, moving with your breath. The sensation is one of profound safety, as though countless peaceful nights have gathered here just for you. Each heartbeat brings you closer to the center of calm, the true heart of the drift of dreams. Here, time slows, and then, lovingly, almost forgets you. Your sense of self becomes lighterly. The soft curve of pillows, the gentle touch of woven sheets, the ancient hush of the keep. Every flicker of candlelight, every swirl of shadow merges into the tapestry of midnight. Peace blossoms, quiet and sure, urging you ever deeper into the sanctuary the night provides. Each sound grows softer still, the hush of rain, a gentle cloak, the rumble of thunder, a heartbeat far away. The chill of stone is banished by warmth, and the stories of the books become gentle dreams. With every breath, the golden haze at the edge of sleep glows brighter, inviting you to surrender. You drift, comforted, untethered, yet deeply, securely held in this ancient cradle. Nothing is required of you, here in the slow drift of dreams. The candle's golden glow is a memory now, soft, fading, serene. Shadows embrace you in their silk, quiet ways, tucking you in with gentle patience. The thunderstorm outside fades into nothing but a suggestion, and your mind curls peacefully around this moment of surrender. Sleep deepens, safe beyond the velvet-draped night. Breathe now, slow and full, letting each exhale soften you further. Layers of awareness ebb away, carried by the quiet rain and the hush of candlelit stone. Deep within, you reach a pool of calmness, untouched by worry or motion. Here, the stories in your mind unwind, becoming simple, gentle streams of thought. The tower holds you, and the world outside is distant as a fading dream. You feel yourself cradle in a perfect stillness, the hush of the story and the room now woven together. Sleep flows in, steady and sure, soft as moss beneath your hand. The world is safe beyond the curtains, every sound a gentle reassurance that all is well. In this timeless room, candlelight and shadow become lullabies, inviting you to release yourself fully to the drift of dreams. Layers of comfort settle over you, blankets, quiet breaths, the softly fading storm. Time outside loses its hold, shrinking to a distant hum while you remain wrapped in an ancient, cherished calm. The hush within you echoes the hush of the room, one steady song of peace. You move further away from the world of thought, toward a deeper, dream-hidden chamber where rest is all that matters. You surrender to the slow, even tide of night, trusting in the safety the ancient tower provides. Candlelight dims to almost nothing. Even the golden haze grows faint, as if sleep itself gathers you in gentle arms. Here, the storm's symphony is a memory, and only the lull of the keep remains. Softly, sweetly, you let your last waking thoughts slip away, fading to silence and sleep. In the quiet heart of the keep, only your breath and the soft memory of rain remain. All burdens have drifted away. Every gentle sound, every flicker of light, and every hush of shadow assures you that this is a night for healing dreams. Your breathing settles, your body grows warm and loose, and you surrender to rest, safe in the embrace of the drift of dreams. Sleep has claimed you, kind and deep, wandering now into the uncharted lands of dreams. The candle's flame is no more, the storm has passed, and all that lingers is the ancient peace of the tower. Wrapped in shadow and gentle silence, you are free to drift, to heal, to rest. Let go now, and let the hush of midnight keep carry you through the softest hours of night. Chapter 10, Sanctuary of Sleep. Within the walls of Midnight Keep, a sanctuary awaits, quiet and sacred. The world beyond these ancient stones has drifted away, surrendered to darkness and the comfort of night. All light succumbs to gentle shadows, the hush of safety woven into silence. Here, within these enduring walls, a deep sense of peace settles. The stones cradle us, and slowly, we slip further from waking concerns. Heavy velvet curtains cocoon the room, sheltering it from the storm's press. The sound of rain is muffled but steady, the gentle percussion guiding you deeper into serenity. Moss-covered stones absorb every worry, and the distant rumble of thunder melts into the background. As the tower breathes in rhythm with the falling rain, you find yourself letting go, the world beyond fading softly away until there is nothing left but comfort and calm. The flicker of candlelight casts long, slow shadows across weathered tapestries. Their ancient patterns whisper tales of protection and belonging, stories carried through old, sleepy halls. Safe and unseen, the warmth of the keep invites you to let your thoughts drift and settle. Each breath is a gentle invitation deeper, the air tinged with the soothing scent of rain and stone. Everywhere there is calmness, a gentle release from tension. You sink back into cushions soft and yielding, supported by the embrace of sturdy wood and velvet. The hush of the study becomes a lullaby, as the faintest movements of air brush against your skin. The world outside, with all its cares and clamor, feels impossibly distant. Every sound within is soft, measured pages turning, the distant sigh of wind. The soothing rhythm of rain drops a symphony of rest, slowly dissolving the day. Safe inside these walls, it is easy to imagine nothing but peace will ever find you. The thick stone keeps out the cold, gentle rain, whispers you further into tranquility, and your body feels weightless, almost adrift. Thoughts become cloudy, distant, their edges softened by the hush of sanctuary. Here, the space between each heartbeat stretches out, and your awareness begins to ebb like the tide, making room for dreams to gently approach. Ancient wooden desks overflow with weathered books and parchment. silent witnesses to centuries of quiet study. Their presence is reassuring, grounding you in the timelessness of the keep. The knowledge held within them seems restful, peaceful, free from urgency. Candlelight plays across their covers, casting golden shadows that sway with each flicker. The weight of history comforts you, lending a sense of stability and enduring calm. Outside, rain lashes relentlessly against leaded glass, but all you feel is its calming rhythm. No storm can penetrate these walls. Within, there is only shelter, warmth, and ease. Each drop of rain is a gentle drumbeat lulling you deeper into slumber. It is a reminder that while the world stirs and sighs beyond, you are held in the gentle embrace of absolute safety, drifting further from the edges of consciousness. The scent of old paper mingles with the earthiness of stone and moss, grounding you in a world untouched by time. The air is cool but never cold, every breath a quiet reassurance. You feel the passage of countless nights like this, the study quiet, lit by shadows, storm singing its lullaby. Here, where ancient secrets slumber in dusty tomes, there is nothing left to do but rest and let sleep take its gentle hold. The heavy curtains block all but the softest hints of distant lightning. Its glow is filtered quietly, the occasional flash reincarnated as a ghostly shimmer among the shadows. These flashes do not startle, they simply mark time passing in the world outside. Inside the sanctuary, each glimmer only deepens your sense of security, reminding you that the world beyond the keep is far removed, unable to disturb your drift inward. It feels as though the tower itself is breathing, each stone gently expanding and contracting, the pace slow, measured, endlessly soothing. The rhythm mirrors your own, a steady, quiet pulse of comfort. As you listen, you realize the keep knows your need for rest and wraps its presence around you. The air here is dense with centuries of peaceful sleep, an unspoken promise that you, too, will awaken renewed and unburdened. The shadows of ancient tapestries flutter with the movement of air, their whispers barely audible. It is as if voices from ages past hum a lullaby only for you, their wisdom settling into your bones. Every surface, soft or stone, offers rest without judgment. You are allowed to release the worries of your day, to surrender them to the midnight hush. Here, every moment is gentle, unhurried, made for drifting quietly into dreams. Very soon, your limbs grow heavy with comfort, your breath slowing, each exhale blending with the rhythm of the falling rain. Your mind quiets, its chatter gently eased away by the symphony of the keep. The stories that linger here are not meant to be resolved tonight, only to settle like a cozy shawl around your shoulders as you drift. Every inch of this sanctuary supports you, offering deep, restoring sleep in its protective embrace. The flicker of light rests upon old, leather-bound books, hinting at stories untold. Each book holds centuries of slumber, the wisdom within content to wait until morning. You sense the patience in these ancient objects, their presence patient and restful. There is nothing you must do, nothing you must solve. The keep is your ally tonight. It stands between you and the world, granting the pure, gentle gift of rest without demand. Outside, the thunder has softened, its power muted by distance and stone. What once felt wild now feels almost like a lullaby, rolling, distant, and protective in its own way. You trust in the strength of these walls, in the comfort woven through the air. Rain, wind, and storms pass by without intruding, and you, held safely within the sanctuary, can let go a little more, sheltered from all that stirs beyond. Night deepens with each passing moment, and you sense the keep settling more fully around you. The stones grow warmer beneath the candle's glow, and the hush of approaching dreams beckons. No need to resist, your body knows it is time to surrender. Sleep gathers like velvet upon your senses, and the stories in the keeper's library fade into gentle, soothing silence. Your thoughts untangle and slip quietly away, replaced with boundless ease. The sanctuary feels timeless. Hours stretch and blend, and you lose all sense of hurry. Each breath is deep and soft, every muscle releasing as rest claims you. Outside, rain continues serenading the night, but inside the keep, there is only warmth, softness, and tranquility. This moment belongs to you. Alone, a pocket of peace in the world. Let the weight fall away and allow the lull of centuries-old comfort to lull you even deeper. The library's endless shelves hold memories long forgotten, yet their gentle presence remains. These memories soothe rather than burden, the past blends into the gentle hush of the present night. A tapestry of calm, woven from every night that came before, waits to wrap itself around you. With each heartbeat, you sink lower, deeper, letting comfort and serenity pour in, and letting all else drift quietly into the farthest corners of night. The flicker of a final candle signals that sleep is nearly upon you. The flame gutters, casting moving gold across the ceiling before steadying again in the calm air. As it wavers, so do the last edges of wakefulness. They soften and dissolve. Your breathing slows, each inhale effortless. The keep holds you, unbreakable and kind, a fortress for your rest and renewal. Trust in the strength of this refuge as you let yourself drift. Every detailed wood, smooth stone, velvet drapes, the tap of rain becomes an invitation to release. There is nothing expected of you, no task waiting. The world grows faint and narrow beyond these walls, and you are enfolded in comfort and darkness. Sleep is the only guest that matters here, the only presence welcome in the deep night. Within this sanctuary, you are free to close your eyes and float where dreams invite. Let your thoughts, small and large, dissolve into the quiet. Each worry that lingers is gently swept aside by the hush of the rain, by the confidence of stone beneath your resting form. Here, your story pauses for a while safe in the shelter that expects nothing, offers everything. You can let go, trusting that morning will come when needed, refreshed and restored by the peaceful hours spent in the sanctuary of sleep. Night deepens, and silence becomes thick and comforting, a heavy velvet you can wear without effort. The library's breath is slow and steady, echoing the steady cadence of your own rest. Sleep comes easily, a friend who waits patiently for you to close your eyes. Every sound, every shadow is gentle. You are free, here and now, to surrender and be held welcome in the ancient embrace of the Midnight Keep. In this sanctuary, time softens. You have stepped outside the cycle of worry and into a place where only now exists a place, where fatigue is gently gathered, eased, then invited to leave. There is only the softness of your resting place, the hush of rain, the scent of books and stone. Sleep stretches out its arms to you, and you are ready. There is nothing more to do, nothing more to wish for, but peaceful release. The keep stands constant through the ages, a sentry for those in search of refuge. Tonight, it opens its arms to you, offering the pure simplicity of rest. Each heartbeat slows, thoughts melting into quiet. Dreams assemble patiently at the threshold, waiting to carry you deeper. Let the night cradle you, your cares left outside the impenetrable walls, and accept the sanctuary's gentle embrace as you cross fully into sleep. And so, within the keep, sleep becomes a sanctuary restful, vast, and timeless. There is nowhere to go, nothing to fear. The world pauses, and in the hush your spirit finds peace. Surrounded by centuries of gentle protection, you can drift as far as you wish, untethered and serene. The keep will watch and wait, silent and strong, until morning calls you softly forth to begin anew, rested and wholly calls you softly forth to begin anew, rested and wholly restored.